Hey everyone, and welcome back to Not So Boring CPA. Today we're doing the book review, the first one ever. Here we are in the middle of New York in Central Park doing our first book review. So I picked a very interesting, not a boring book for you, not a boring accounting book for you, but a book written in 1984 by factory managers. It's a book by Eliyahu Goldratt, The Goal, right? And you would be surprised, but this book also was in top 10 Jeff Bezos books recommendation for his executives. So if you are a CPA, tax preparer, or run financial services company, stay with me to end of this lesson, to end of this book review, so you understand why this book is so important, why it's top 10 for Amazon employees, and how it is super useful for anybody working in tax preparation, financial services industry. Let's dive in. It's a story, a plot about plant manager Alex Strogo, who gave an ultimatum, 90 days to make the plant profitable, or the plant they will close the plant, right? While he's trying to figure that out, he's meeting his old professor, Jonah, who asked him the most simple question: what is the goal of your plant? So the plant manager, Alex, started telling him all this reason: customer service, quality, efficiency, all that kind of stuff. And Jonah, the professor, keeps saying no and no. And eventually Alex figures out that the goal for the plant, and that's probably half of this book, to figure out the goal, which is super important. The goal of his operations, the plant, is to make money. Everything else is a noise. So that's kind of partially what this book is about. So I know what you're thinking right now. You're like, Kat, I'm like a person who works in finance. I'm a CPA, tax preparer. I know that money is very important. So stay with me, because it's not only about like what is the goals that maybe we do understand as people from finance industry, but it's how do we get to that goal. So let's dive into even more details. The big idea is theory of constraint. So to explain it simple, it's more like the chain is only strong as its weakest point. So in the book, the problems that Alex is having, the plant manager, is that his max output from the plant was as much as his bottleneck, the weakest part of the chain, was allowing him to do. So no matter how much more efficiency he was adding on other part of a plant, he was able to produce to the limit of the lowest chain, right? The lowest part, which is called bottleneck. So let me explain you some other concepts in this book, so everything else I say afterwards would make much more sense, right? So the measures of the business with 3 numbers only. First one is the rate at which the system generates money through sales. Money coming in, right? The rate at which the system generates money through the sales. So for example, your factory is making, oh my gosh, this is the cutest. I have like a squirrel right there. I'll make a video for you a little bit later. Second one is inventory. All the money the system has invested in things it intends to sell, money inside the system. And third one was operating expense. All the money the system spends to turn inventory into output, money going out. So the goal is to increase the rate, the money coming in, while decreasing money inside the system and operating expense. That's it. That's a whole measuring system. In this book, the accountant has actually to fight with our whole department, and basically saying that whatever financial standards we have high KPIs and all that kind of stuff, sometimes doesn't really show the real financial situation of the company, right? So it's interesting, like the way they explain it's certain indicators were just not was right on the paper, but didn't indicate the real ways how the company was structured. So now let's bring you back to tax preparation, to what we do, right? Something that slows down the process is called bottleneck. So those are client intake, how we gather information from the client. That's number one. Second one is tax return review, right? And third one is sign off. So can be like a main CPA sign off or a partner sign off. So whatever slows down the process is a bottleneck. And that's what kind of like you can't add more anything, you can't add more to the business until you figure out how to improve those bottlenecks. So let's get into more details, even more details on those. So lesson 2 was not every busy work is productive work. It's not making us closer to the goal. So situations that everybody knows, busy season, everybody's busy, everybody's slammed, but it's also work we do is getting us closer to the goal, which is finishing more tax return, getting more advisory work. So you have to ask yourself, is this task, so not all the work is the same, and some busy work maybe should be eliminated, or we need to prioritize the things that getting us closer to the goal, which is in tax preparation, in my opinion, is finishing more tax return. This is the goal, and getting more money out of that service. Lesson number 3, check on your client intake form. How do you onboard your client? Because this is beginning of your, let's compare to the factory, right? We have this like steps on the factory and phases. This is phase number 1. If client onboarding is slow, it slows everything down. So maybe you should spend more attention and improve client onboarding first, instead of improving all these other 100 things. And another one that I'm sorry I had to explain it to accountants. We all think that accounting rules are ideal, but sometimes financials, what we see on the paper, it's not saying anything about the health of the company, of the business, right? So for example, sometimes we can have less expenses, but in reality, and income will be higher, but in reality the business is doing worse. Example in tax practice can be, oh, we fired our tax top senior reviewer. So now we have less expenses on financials, but in reality, the business is collapsing. So not always financials actually tell us, are we closer to the goal? At least at that moment. Now let's draw some parallels between the factory and tax preparation. So first one would be, based on this author's rules, Goldratt, is smaller batches move faster on the factory. Now let's talk about tax preparation, tax returns. Sometimes it's better to send out smaller batches of tax returns for review to the client for a partner's review or a sign off, instead of sending all of them at the same time. Applicable? Yes, it's crazy. Factory, tax preparation, different things, very similar rules. Let's go to the next one. And this one is super interesting. That was the most fascinating for me in the book. Basically, it's saying you don't need to maximize your capacity at all the time. So you need to manage your flow, not capacity. What does that mean? Find your bottleneck. So for example, the partner can sign the tax return, but you keep pushing non-bottlenecks. So something that is constantly moving. Like for example, tax preparers need to, oh my gosh, work like 100 hours a week, and then they have all these returns ready, but it's not moving out of bottleneck. The partner doesn't sign it, senior doesn't review it. So it's okay sometimes not to use 100% of a capacity of your resource and make it idle. I can see that example for tax preparations, that you kind of just give people like a normal lifestyle. So they don't need to work 100 hours. They are okay working like maybe 50, 60 hours, be a little bit happier, doing the better job, because in the end of the day, whatever they produce still waits at the partner's desk till April 15 or a couple days before. So this is not a healthy way to manage the company. If you have to manage first what is making you wait, and then kind of like everything else before that, all these steps, they don't need to be 100% utilized. It's okay to have idle time. If you want to learn more about this, because this is like a fascinating idea, I hope I explain it in some way relatable, but in this book, the author explains it beautifully, so highly recommend to read it. Let's move on to the next lesson. Another one is that your advisory is your output opportunity to increase your output. What does that mean? Tax returns, bookkeeping, all that kind of stuff, this is a floor, a plant floor. But then to increase your company output, revenue, you need to do all this additional stuff. So advisory. So you have to ask yourself, what stops me to increase this additional things I can do to bring more revenue? And if something stops you, potentially you don't need to do it. Would I recommend this book? 100%. For anybody who is running any kind of business, and especially CPA, tax professionals, financial advisors, everybody is like that. Yeah, you can read it in a weekend or something. It's really fun. It's also written this way. We follow Alex, the plant manager, in his personal story. So it's super interesting, it's fun, and plus they introduce in all this terminology I mentioned before. And by the end of the book, you're like, oh my gosh, this is interesting. Let me think about it a little bit more. So yes, top 10 Amazon executives read book, and I highly recommend it to you as well. And I just want to end it like in a nice note, like a little bit more personal, a note that I really liked in the end. So throughout all the book, it was all about factory goal. What is the goal, how to improve it, and all that kind of stuff. But then in the end, it's touched Alex's, the plant manager's, personal story. And it was something about what is the goal of marriage? What is the goal of relationship? And if you have the same goals for two people, and they knowing what the goal is, the marriage, the relationship can be so much better, so much valuable. So highly recommend to read this book for business perspective, 100% teaching you so much. Entertainment, for sure. And then in the end, maybe you even will improve the relationship with your wife after reading this book. All right, guys, first book review. Let me know if you read this book, if you're gonna read this book. What are your favorite business books? I will try to do it once a month if you think this is helpful, and read with me. So in comments, I'm gonna post what will be the next book so you can start reading and we can discuss. You can send me questions and we can, like, in comments discuss what do you think about that book. So let's motivate each other. Please subscribe to my channel, comment below. Like this video, means the world to me. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful, wonderful month. And read more. It's great. I just finished this book and I'm the happiest person alive. I learned a lot. I had entertainment, and yeah, and you know what? I think I'm going to change some certain things in the way my business runs because of this book. So highly, highly recommend it to you.